India is seeing a divide among the purchasing trends of its rich and poor amidst rising inflation, and this trend is visible among India's 700 million smartphone users too. Shilpa Ranipeta and Arundhati Ramanan bring us a report on why premium smartphones have seen bumper sales while feature phones declined in double digits.
India's rich are increasingly buying and upgrading to new phones, while the lower end of the pyramid is putting off new mobile phone purchases as inflation pinches. Data from market intelligence firm Counterpoint Research shows India's smartphone shipments fell 5% sequentially in the April to June quarter to around 37 million units as consumer demand declined. The trend is more visible in the entry and budget segments, which make up for 1/3 of the total smartphone market. Data from IDC and Counterpoint shows that the entry-level smartphone segment, which costs less than 10,000 rupees, declined over 15% in Q2, while feature phones declined 17% sequentially. Meanwhile, mid-range smartphones grew 21%, and the highest growth came from the premium segment, which grew 83% year-on-year.
Entry tier is impacted a lot, and entry tier is 1/3 of the total smartphone market. So that is impacted because the offers dried up. Very few launches happened in that particular segment, and consumers were holding upon to their purchases. Now the growth is being driven by the mid and the premium tier. While the overall market we are projecting at a single-digit growth year on year, but the premium market is likely to grow by 18 to 20%, and that's a big jump.
Supply constraints that impacted smartphone sales in 2020 and 2021 have eased considerably, and now it is rising input costs and inflation that's making smartphones costlier. The average selling price of smartphones grew 15% in the quarter to around $213, while it was $211 in the first quarter of 2022 and around $190 in 2021. As a result, consumers would rather repair their device or buy a refurbished one than buy a new phone.
Supply chain, logistic issues were there. Even the freight cost went up, and then you have these macroeconomic headwinds that came into the picture. So overall, we can see a 7 to 10% hike that has happened year on year on certain model. Now that will negate a bit because you'll have festive offers coming in. Net, we can see that there could be end up as we go into festive season, consumer might be paying up like 5 to 7% more for their devices they could have bought a year back.
This has smartphone makers too focusing more on launching mid and premium smartphones. Samsung, for instance, launched 5 new flagship smartphones this year and also recently launched its super premium Z Flip 4 and Z Fold 4 smartphones in India. Priced between 90,000 to nearly 2 lakh rupees, these smartphones saw 50,000 pre-bookings in one day.
On the day one, we have got 50,000 plus pre-booking. So it's a record pre-booking for us. So there were 5 new A series which were launched. There have been new launches in M series, which is 13 5G, 33 and 53. So 4 M series, and similarly in the F series. And this year we have launched 5 new flagship smartphones. So, we are very, very bullish about the market.
However, August sales that saw one round of festive sales are showing signs of optimism, having grown 8 to 9% after months of decline. All eyes are now on the festive season, a period that contributes 40% to annual smartphone sales. Retailers too are now counting on offers and discounts, not just to boost sales of new launches, but also clear existing inventory that piled up due to demand contraction. In Mumbai with Shilpa Ranipeta, Arundhati Ramanan.